Tonight, from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Las Vegas Raiders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit.
And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add two more onto their lead.
All right, we're talking new football here. We're talking new models, new paradigms, new ways of looking at things. They score, line up for the PAT, fake it, and go up 8-0. I'm kind of at a loss here because if I'm going to go for two, I'm going to ask him to put the ball in the 2-yard line and bring my offense out.
Exactly. Opening drive of the game, faking it is bold enough from the 15. That's quite another thing.
I know a lot of people fall back on analytics, but still, I think that person will tell you, put your offense in and go from the 2, not from the 15.
Still got it, though.
Yes, they did. Give them credit.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the man from the University of Washington. This is Jacob Eason.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
A good pick up there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They go play action with Eason. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. So the Eagles now, they'll be in great position here to start things out. And they'll be led out by their mobile quarterback, standing 6'4". It's Colin Kaepernick.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Tony Pollard out of the backfield, the intended target. 3rd down here.
3rd down and 12.
He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. Oh, but he'll be stopped well falls short of the first down marker, and it's a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Raider D, they get the football back. They'll start with the option. Eason gets hit, and the ball pops free. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
Get off the field.
And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. It's up and good, 15-0 here in the first quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fields this way up at the 17. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Raiders nothing.
Eason on second down. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first. Eason gets hit, and the ball pops free. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return, and an Eagle. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Shrugs him off. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that two-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? This is a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover difference. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. Breaks through the contact, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by Phillips.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Kaepernick now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
First down, Eagles.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead.
If you did know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And the formula there on the ball off, they got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard
We focus our attention now on the Eagles defense. And they have been... The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Jacob Eason throwing the out route incomplete. That's Andrews. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And now it's second down. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. To throw again. Eason, he's going to find and complete it to Renfrow. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. And this one, and his kick here is good. And they knock that deficit down from 29 to 26. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the Falcons who were able to pick up the victory at home. Dwayne Haskins, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. 38-17, the final score. And one final game to highlight. It's Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Let me feel myself a little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle it. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's just about pressure.
Steps away to his left. He's going to let this go deep. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. It's the fullback with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are pouring it on. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball.
In a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Sliding out of the pocket. Man open. It's Goodwin. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, and that'll bring up second down. Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Third down.
Kaepernick looking to throw, 3rd and 2. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Eagles are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a first and goal. Kaepernick to throw again. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Play action. Now Kaepernick. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Philadelphia.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Cody Parkey set to kick off.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is. Pressure comes and now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Score, Eagles.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Eagles, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take